Alright, now moving on from here, I'm just going to go through a few questions in relation to some skills you have, and I'd like you to give me some appropriate examples for each situation.
No worries.
Great. Now, first off, some days administrative work requires you to handle lots of tasks at once, such as taking phone calls, replying to customer inquiries via email, and creating invoices. I'd like for you to give me an example of when you had to handle multiple tasks at one point in time, and how did you prioritize them? Ideally, these are administrative duties, but if you have any other instances, that's alright.
Sure. As I'm currently in an administrative assistant role, I've had to deal with plenty of situations where there have been multiple administrative tasks to complete at once, and I've had to prioritize tasks to ensure they are completed in order of importance. An example I can think of, off the top of my head, was an instance where a fellow admin colleague called in sick on one of our busiest days for customer orders. This doubled my workload, where I had to take phone calls, prepare invoices, as well as update social media accounts. My new phone calls would have to be taken timely, otherwise customers would go elsewhere. Therefore, I prioritise answering any incoming phone calls. I would then direct general inquiries to other admin workers, and I would take all customer order inquiries. This proved to work efficiently because we had no confusion between our roles. In the morning, I had pre-planned and scheduled social posts for the day on our online platforms, so this left my remaining spare time to be spent on invoices. I was able to hit all necessary business goals for the day through planning and multitasking.
Awesome. That's a great example, Sam. And there will definitely be days at Coffeeville where you will need to use those skills to multitask and prioritize what is most important. Now, in saying that, busy days can lead to high pressure situations, especially if everyone is under the pump with work. Now, how do you handle being under pressure, and do you find this affects your productivity?
It's definitely easy to be caught up in the day when it's very busy. However, these are the times where I find planning ahead for the day really helps keep me on track with my work and the tasks I have to complete. I make sure I write down notes and a to-do list before I begin the day so I have a structure to follow. Therefore, I know what I have to complete and when I have to complete it. Making sure I have each task prioritized in importance in case I don't complete each one. Therefore, I'll know at a minimum I have definitely completed those that needed to be addressed timely. I also know that it's okay to ask my teammates for help, especially if I'm in an overload of work. I'll make sure the workload is evenly distributed between myself and the other admin staff to help take some pressure off. For the past few years, I've worked in a fast-paced environment, so it's something I have a lot of experience with. This has made me a lot more comfortable working under pressure.
I really like that you have different strategies to help you in those high pressure situations. At Coffeeville, we will do our best to ensure workload is evenly split between our staff to encourage a calm and efficient work environment. Our priority is to ensure our staff are happy and not overloaded with too many jobs at any point in time. We find this helps keep a productive work environment.
That's good to hear.
Now, moving on, could you tell me a time where you handled and solved a difficult situation, whether this be between yourself and another employee or with a customer? Just to give a couple of examples.
One situation comes to mind. I remember a difficult situation I had with a customer. This particular customer had called the business in regards to a delayed order, in which we followed all the right steps to ensure the customer was aware of the delay through both email and phone calls. The customer was adamant that we did not contact him in regards to his order and demanded a full refund and to still receive the shipment. I immediately reassured him calmly that the shipment would be 7 days late, as stated in the emails, and this occurred from the loss of staff due to sickness. I apologised for any inconvenience this would cause and proceeded to let him know that we would cover all delivery and installation costs due to the delay, in which he agreed. This was a great outcome to the situation, and I know it could have gone very differently if I didn't have proper training in handling aggravated or upset customers. Training has been essential to ensure I can act upon situations timely to handle difficult situations.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. With administration comes a lot of situations to handle with customers, and ensuring we can address these situations timely does reduce the potential conflict that can arise. In saying that, all new administrative staff at Coffeeville are trained in the procedures we follow for these various difficult situations with customers, whether this be over the phone or face to face. We'll never throw any new staff into the deep end without understanding the full complexity of these procedures. Now, not only do we want to be confident in your performance, but we want you to have confidence and feel prepared in these situations. I just have a couple more questions before we finish up.
No worries.
Great. Now, could you give me an example of a time when you've contributed towards the culture of a previous work team?
Definitely. I feel as though I really excel within team environments. A great team that works together not only creates a positive place to work, but also really helps with productivity. I love bringing a positive attitude towards the team in all situations, although it can be hard sometimes when under stress. I know it helps push the team towards the end goal. As for my contribution, I try my best to always recognise my co-workers' wins, no matter how big or small. If I know they've been working towards a specific goal, I want to make sure they know that we recognise and appreciate their achievement.
That's a great trait to have, Sam. Acknowledging others' achievements in the workplace does definitely go a long way, especially if they've been working towards this goal for a while. We encourage this at Coffeeville by holding quarterly small awards evening get-togethers to recognise these achievements, and also an employee of the month. Like you said, this could be a big or even a small achievement. Now, I have one final question before we wrap this up. I understand in administration, there are some jobs you'll complete on a daily basis. Now, could you tell me how you stay motivated when your job requires you to perform repetitive tasks?
Oh, that's a great question. And some days it can feel quite monotonous depending on the planned jobs for the day. However, I still continue to enjoy this work after years in the field. To stay motivated, completing the same tasks each day, I ensure I set goals each morning in relation to these tasks before I begin. For example, I might make it a goal to complete the given jobs in a specific time frame. This helps me to stay on track and not waste time when completing simple tasks. Another option is to ask another employee to complete these tasks together. This eliminates half the time it would take and creates a more positive environment working with someone instead. Regardless, I always know I feel a sense of achievement after I've completed these tasks for the day, which helps keep momentum on the more repetitive jobs.
I definitely agree, Sam. Working with others creates a great work environment. At Coffeeville, we want to create a positive team environment where everyone feels comfortable to work with each other and ask for help when it's needed. Thank you for answering these questions.
No worries.